Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Howard on Sports. My name is Howard, and today we're going to talk about superstition in sports. And it does play a big role. It's irrational, but it does play a big role. For example, Wade Boggs, when he played with the Red Sox and maybe with the Yankees too, he had to have chicken before every game. Why? I don't know. I suppose I could look it up online. There's probably an answer to that question. I sort of don't really care, but I just find it funny that he had to eat chicken before every game. A more obvious one was Turk Wendell. Wendell, I don't know how to say it, but when he played for the Mets, I noticed that every time he would come off the mound, he would step over the foul line. He wouldn't touch it. And it was so odd, but it's just something he had to do. I mean, it's really a mental illness, to tell you the truth. And I'm not insulting the man. It's a mild, in most cases, that type of thing is not, it doesn't cripple you, it doesn't ruin your life, but it is a mental illness. I could tell you I have to check my door like 3 or 4 times to make sure it's locked, before I leave for work. So, I understand. It is a mental illness, but I found it kind of entertaining that he would never step on the foul line. And whatever, that's just something he had to do. But there are also superstitions as fans, right? Maybe you have to sit in your favorite chair. Maybe you have to watch the game standing up. Whatever it is. But somehow you believe that if you don't do what you think you're supposed to do, then your team will lose the game and it'll be your fault. And it's so wild that we do things like that. But the truth is, as fans, we're totally powerless. There's nothing we can do to make our team win. Maybe unless you're Jeffrey Mayer back in the day and he reached over and caught the ball and whatever. If you're a Yankee fan, you know that story. But other than that, other than literally interfering at the stadium, there is nothing you can do to affect the outcome of a game. So you feel powerless. So I guess you make stuff up to make you think that somehow you're in control. I remember many years ago when the Giants played the Bills in the Super Bowl. I was at my friend Barry's house, and yes, that's the infamous Barry who comments on every one of my videos and has been in a few of my videos. But I was at his house, and a few other guys were there. And when it came down to the very end, when Scott Norwood was kicking that field goal for the Bills, which he ultimately missed, we went on the floor and held hands and did a prayer circle, as if that was going to have any effect on Scott Norwood either making or missing the kick. As if God cared whether the Giants or the Bills won. I think he has more important things to deal with than who wins the Super Bowl. But we felt the need to do it. And I remember closing my eyes and really come on, help the Giants win. And it worked. Norwood missed a kick. So, of course, it was, my friends and I, we caused that to happen, right? We put that energy out into the universe and we made him miss the kick. But anyway, so yeah, it's very silly, but it's a very common thing in sports, whether it's players or fans. Superstition is definitely always going to be a thing.